Today I am starting with the second unit, that is data warehouse, which is given as a chapter 4 in the Hancamber book. So these are the different points that I am going to cover in this particular chapter. So to start with the first, today we will see the first point, that is data warehouse basic concepts. So we will try to understand the meaning of the data warehouse. So what is a data warehouse is the title of the slide. The first bullet is saying data warehouse is a decision support database that is maintained separately from the organizational operational database. So see here two different databases are mentioned on this slide. One is decision support database and another is organization's operational database. So what are these two or how they are different? So just I would like to explain that with a bank example, because everybody knows bank application. So in case of a bank maintains the decision support database as well as bank maintains the operational database also. So operational database of a bank is nothing but whatever the day-to-day transactions they are maintaining, that is the operational database. Suppose I debit an amount from my account, so whatever the amount balance will be there, so that maintaining that particular all the transactions, daily transactions of my account is nothing but an operational database that they are maintaining. So they are maintaining the data of all the customers account, customers loan, customers deposits. So this is a database that is in operation, that is in daily use. So that is the operational database. And decision support database, it means bank is also maintaining the database of last 10 years, the account details of or loan details of the customers of last 10 years, last 20 years. Bank can maintain this database, no, last 10 years, 20 years, or since that bank is open, they are maintaining the data of all the customers. So why they are maintaining this data, old data, historical data? Because based on the old data, they want to take some good decisions for the further operation of a bank, for the successful operation of the bank, because they want to launch some schemes, new schemes in their bank. So how they will launch? Because they will go through the past data, like what type of expenditure patterns of the customer are there, what type of loan they generally prefer, or depending upon the whatever the past history of the customer, they are going to take a further decisions. So that's why that historical data is called as a decision support database, and the daily database in use is called as a operational database. So these are the two very important terms, because based on these terms only the complete this chapter we are going to study. So whatever the DBMS, database management system subject you have studied during your third year, that was regarding the operational database, how to maintain that, how to design that operational database by using the schema, ER diagram, then what problems can be there, how to process the transactions and recovery and concurrency control, all that things you have studied, that you have studied about the operational database. Now as a data warehouse or in this particular data mining subject, you are going to study about a decision support database, because data warehouse is nothing but a collection of the past historical data we are maintaining, and based on that decisions will be taken. That's why historical data we are going to focus in this particular unit. Why we are why this data warehouse is maintained? Because it supports the information processing by providing a solid platform for consolidated historical data for analysis, because historical data, not only historical but consolidated data, that is organized data, is put in the data warehouse so that anybody can take the decisions easily. Data is organized form, like complete loan of this particular year, 1920 year, 2021 year loan details, or the loan details of salaried employees, loan details of that business employees. So that data is completely organized so that decisions can be easily taken. Now the formal definition of a data warehouse defined by this data warehouse architect, that is W.H. Inman. So what is this? There are 4 terms in this definition that you must write in the examination also, because these are very important terms that describe the data warehouse. So data warehouse is a subject oriented, integrated, time invariant and non-volatile collection of data in support of management decision making. So we will try to understand this meaning of the 4 terms, but just data warehouse is this kind of collection of data, but that supports the management's management means owners or top management decision making process. So data warehouse is always assisting the decisions. That's why it is called as a decision support database. Now it should be subject oriented. It means what? So, or the term meaning of these four terms we will see on the later slide, coming slide. And data warehousing means what? So process of constructing and using the data warehouse. The process of constructing or building the data warehouse is nothing but data warehousing. Now what is the meaning of subject oriented? So in data warehouse always the data is meant as a subject oriented. So it is not a process oriented or it is not a workflow oriented. It is a subject. Subject means like customer is a subject, product is a subject, or sales is a that subject. So the loan approval process is a process. So loan approval process wise data is not maintained here. So process is not like a verb. If we try to correlate with English, or these subjects is nothing but a noun. So customer, loan, account, product, sales, or any terms, maybe deposits, or any more terms related to the bank. So these are the nouns. So always data warehouse maintains the subject oriented data, not a process oriented. Now what is the meaning of integrated? Integrated from the name itself, we are collecting from different sources and we are trying to put in a proper format. That is nothing but integrated. So see, bank has so many branches in across the city, maybe across the country. Everybody is using different. Some branch might be using relational database, some branch might be using flat files, or another different databases, different technologies they are using. So collecting the data from all the branches and keeping in a data warehouse, this is again a challenging task. So that data always in data warehouse, integrated data is kept. Integrated means collected and kept in a uniform format. Next term is time variant. So whatever the data is there in the data warehouse, that is always a time variant. Time variant operational database always contain a current value, current data of your account. But data warehouse always contains the last 5 years, 10 years, year wise data, month wise data. So that is a time variant data, means with respect to time the data is maintained because it is historical. So always historical means that history year needs to be mentioned in that. And fourth term in the definition is a non-volatile. Non-volatile, it means it is not sensitive or means it is not updated. In case of a database, sensitive it means write operations. So always like no write operations or update operations are performed in case of a historical data or data warehouse data. But in case of operational database, updates of data. So see here, operational update of a data does not occur in the data warehouse environment because we are not going to update the last year transaction. Whatever money I have withdrawn from the bank account, suppose I have withdrawn to 4,000, so it cannot be made as a 5,000 because we cannot write. But current data is always we can update. That's why operational database is a volatile database and historical database is a non-volatile. So it does not require, as it is not updated, no write operation is performed, so does not require transaction processing, recovery, concurrency control mechanism, whatever you have studied in the DBMS, that all things are required for the operational database. This doesn't require these particular operations. It requires only two operations. Which two operations are required? Loading the data in the data warehouse and the accessing the data. Once it is loaded, just access the data and take decisions. So these are the four important terms I think you might have understood in the definition. Now next is again these two things are very important. That is like whatever the thing I told you, operational database and the data warehouse. So whatever the operations we perform on the operational database is called as OLTP, online transaction processing. And whatever the operations we perform on the data warehouse, that is historical data, that is called as the OLAP, that is online analytical processing. So online transaction processing and online analytical processing. These are the operations performed in data warehouse and on operational database. So what is this difference between these two? Like we will try to understand in terms of differences only. So see, who performs the transaction? means always while understanding this, just imagine the example that I have given, the banking example. Bank's last 10 years data means OLAP we have to think, and the current data like today's or yesterday's account updations means we have to think about OLTP. So who performs that operations? Who are the users? So bank clerks, they generally try to update the details, whatever the, if I am withdrawing the amount or if I am doing. So clerk or IT professionals. Suppose online transactions if you are doing, then IT professionals will update your account details. But in case of OLAP, historical data is there. No? So who is going to view that data? So knowledge workers. Knowledge worker means, as you know, data mining or is nothing but extraction of knowledge. So data warehouse also, what we are trying to do, past year data we are extracting the knowledge, or because we want to take some decisions, no? So we are going to view the data, historical data, and we are going to gather some knowledge from the historical data so that I can plan further plans or for the further schemes of the banks. That's why whatever the things are taken from the historical data, that is called as the knowledge. So always knowledge workers of the bank appoint some person, that may be a manager or maybe, so they are going to take a decision, they are called as knowledge workers. Another is function. Which type of functions are performed? If you consider OLTP, day to day operations are performed like debit, credit or maybe transfer. But in case of OLAP, decision support type of operations are taken. Always decisions are taken based on the data. Database design, if you consider OLTP, here application oriented. Maybe application can be a loan, it can be a deposits, it can be a current account, or it may be a demat account. So application oriented, what type of operations you are going to perform, for that particular OLTP transaction system will be designed. But here subject oriented. So you already understood this on the earlier slide. Now data. In case of OLTP, current data, current account details will be there, and they are up to date, because although suppose there cannot be a change of 1 rupees even, because any customer may ask that how that amount is debited from their account. So that should be correct and up to date detail, and each and every justification needs to be given with the current data, because that should be correct. But and if you see the corresponding term here, so if current is here historical data is there. Here up to date detailed operations are there, like all the transactions in the morning what I have done, in the afternoon I have done. But here suppose my 10 years last 10 years account details, then I might not be not interested in looking for the day wise or hour wise what transactions I have done like 10 years back or 5 years back on particular date. So I generally it is that knowledge workers are interested that like what is the monthly transaction, or what might be a yearly transaction. So summarized data is always preferred in case of OLAP. Here flat relational database. Flat relational means, you know, relational database having rows, columns, table, tuples, fields. So that type of relational database is used. Here multidimensional database is used. So obviously you are going to understand that multidimensional database is what. So it is like a cube, we can say, not only rows and columns, but again third dimension is there, third axis is there. And here isolated database is there, but here integrated, because here each branch is maintaining their database, that is isolated to that branch. Here integrated is the data of all the branches is collected together and it is organized or consolidated properly. The usage, here so many transactions are performed daily. If you see daily some transactions we perform, so it is very repetitively used. But here ad hoc, whenever bank has to take some scheme, decision, or they want to launch some scheme, then only they will view particular database. Suppose some festival is coming, they want to launch some scheme, then they will view the particular this data warehouse and they will take a decision. If you see access, here read and write of both operations are performed in OLTP, but here lot of scans, only scanning, because only reading and scanning and viewing the data is used here. Here index or hash or primary key means searching a particular record is always done in case of that OLTP. Here unit of work. So if you see here, short and simple transactions are always performed in OLTP, like as I said, Debit is nothing but a subtraction operation. Depositing amount is, it is an addition operation. But here complex queries it means like here what type of scheme should be launched, or what type of customers are coming to bank, or to this particular bank in this particular area, or what type of generally, like whether they are business oriented or they are salaried, uh, like taking a bigger decisions, intelligent decisions. Always this query is intelligent query, and that cannot be answered only through going through the data. So lot of thinking and thought process needs to be applied for that query. Here number of records, OLTP suppose, so daily transactions, like tens of records are accessed here, but here millions of records, because 10 years data of all customers means millions of records are accessed here. Number of users, if you see here, so many users are using OLTP system, but OLAP only knowledge workers, only top management of that bank, because who are responsible for taking the decisions. So only hundreds or tens for people are using this particular OLAP database. Database size, if you see, so obviously this is smaller and this is larger, because current database, and here last 10 years database means it will be in a gigabytes or terabytes, and it will be from MB to GB. The metric, how the performance is measured. Here transaction throughput is a metric used for assessing the OLTP system. Here query throughput as well as response is how correctly that query is answered, how correct response is given by the OLTP system. So this is the difference between OLTP and OLP. Now just last slide, like why we are maintaining this data warehouse, because we have this current operational database, but what is the need of maintaining a separate data warehouse for the, again that is for the historical data, that is for outdated or old data. Why we are maintaining that? Because here we want that high performance for both the system, for the DBMS, that is operational database, because its purpose is completely different. Its purpose is correct transactions, correct concurrency control, recovery, or transaction in isolation, means that is the purpose. But here data warehouse, it is tuned for OLAP, it is tuned for complex intelligent queries and multi-dimensional view and organization of data together. So the complete purpose is different, that's why separately they are maintained. And the different functions that are expected from the data warehouse is, first is decision support system, based around the it needs the historical data, which is operational DBMS do not typically maintain, because we cannot take a decision from the current database. We need to access past patterns. That suppose I want to launch a scheme for a Diwali, so I have to visit like 10 or maybe 5 to 10 Diwali, like during each Diwali what customers have preferred. I cannot take a decision only based on the single Diwali data. Then DS requires the consolidation, like it we cannot say day by day or hour wise transactions here. So we want to see monthly or yearly or seasonal transactions here. So summarized view, historical data can be viewed in a summarized view. And here different sources typically use inconsistent data, because operational database is completely independent. Everybody is using their own type of database, but for data warehouse we want collective data, and that should be maintained in proper format together in a single common format. So that's why data warehouse is needs to be built. So thank you, that's all.